Recently, I was granted access to the VOIN alpha playtest by its developers, and in this video, I'm excited to share my impressions with you. We'll delve into the game's lore, showcase some gameplay, discuss the developers' plans for the game's future, and ultimately, help you decide if this game's worth your time or not. Let's kick things off with the lore. So the lore is fairly limited as of right now, being that this game is just an alpha playtest, but what is provided to us is enough to incite understanding of the plot. You take on the role of a hero named Lightning, who wields the very element he's named after to vanquish his enemies. But there's a twist. Lightning is not just the hero, he's also a prisoner, compelled to do the bidding of an elemental mage. This mage crafted the armor Lightning wears, granting both protection and control over Lightning's free will. Lightning was initially sent to this realm to defeat an all-powerful necromancer amassing an army. Currently, the playtest features two main locations, a central hub called Armoric and the first level. Armoric is described by the developer as an obsidian castle situated in the middle of a frozen ocean atop a newly awakened volcano. Here players can level up, collect loot, and use portals to travel to different realms in the world. While the hub is still in development and many doors do remain inactive, it does show that there are some development plans made in the future to add more levels and even another room that allows for potential upgrades. As stated before, there's only one level available right now, but within that level there's an entire castle to explore, some ruins, and an underground cave system that has quite a menacing adversary laying in wait. This is really the extent of the lore and the world we have as of right now, being that this is just a playtest, as I've stated many times. But now let's move into arguably the most important aspect of any game, the gameplay. VOIN offers a satisfying skill curve with combat that demands attention and skill. Each hit feels impactful, whether you're delivering it or receiving it. The movement mechanics are responsive, allows for swift traversal with minimal limitations. The game has a wide variety of weapons, gear, abilities, and enemies, ensuring that combat remains fresh and engaging. Great swords, dual weapons, and even a massive hammer you can wield to crush your enemies, all with unique stats and playstyles. Various other types of gear that allow you to build your character to have more health, dish out more damage, or have more movement capabilities. One thing that I'm looking forward to seeing the most in this game's later stages of development are the abilities that are going to be added. As of right now, there are only 3 abilities, but once you learn how to use them and mix them into your melee combat combos, battling in this game feels very satisfying. As for who you're battling, I would imagine it's the Necromancer's armies, but one can't be too sure. For just a playtest, there is a fair variety of enemies that use both melee and projectiles to try to kill you, and the playtest even features a boss fight, which I hinted at earlier in the video. While some features are still inaccessible in the playtest, the developer seems motivated to deliver an exceptional final product. Personally, I believe VOIN holds immense potential and is definitely worth the time. There isn't too much to cover on this game, being that it is still in its very early stages of development. However, if you're interested in seeing how this game develops, subscribe to the channel, because I will definitely be following it fairly closely. As a final parting note for the developers of this game, one thing I would absolutely love to see added to the game, and would save a lot of players' frustration, is a mechanic similar to the Dream Gate in Hollow Knight. Essentially what this item does is allows you to place a spawn point, or rather a spawn point you can teleport to, at any time. This would save a lot of players' frustration, because if they happen to be defeated by a boss, they do have to walk all the way back to where they have to battle that boss for a second time. So instead of forcing the player to walk back after every time they're defeated, they would only have to walk back potentially one time, assuming they didn't defeat the boss on the first try. Place this gate before the boss fight, and then they can try for the second time. And then if they're defeated, they just spawn back at the hub, and then can use this in-game item to teleport back to where the boss is, so they can try the battle yet again. I think this is a lot better than just simply having a checkpoint right at the boss, because sometimes whenever games have a checkpoint in front of boss fights, it makes the boss encounter far too obvious and predictable. I think having this checkpoint the player has to set down themselves after reaching that destination allows the boss fights to be more surprising and unpredictable. And personally, to me, that surprise and unpredictability is exciting. And well, this is going to be the conclusion of the video. I hope this video gave you enough insight to decide if this game's worth your time or not. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see added to VOIN, and what you think of the game overall. If you're interested in trying out the game yourself, you can request access to the playtest via Steam. I'll have a link in the description. And if you're also interested in following this game's development, feel free to subscribe to the channel, where I will be closely following this game and making videos on any major updates. Once again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I sure hope I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.